Hi everyone, you're here today with Andy Valkyrie Divine, and today is the official launch off of the Chakra Energies series that Tamara and I are putting together. And we're really excited and we're kind of nervous. We've never really anticipated that there would be that much interest and that many people who wanted to hop along for the ride. We have actually over 300 people, which is just magical. We've never anticipated that. So we're welcoming you all. Thank you very much for tuning in today. As I've explained before in my previous video, what's going to happen is we're spending 3 days per chakra. And by the way, a lot of people, some people say chakras, some people say chakras. Apparently chakra is the way to go, but I mean, potato, whatever, okay? I'm not too caught up on how we say it, as long as we know what we're talking about. And I'm probably going to be using the terms interchangeably because I'm still trying to switch from chakra to chakra, so don't mind me too much on that, and don't mind yourselves too much on that. It's really not a big deal. So what's going to happen is today we're going to be talking about just the system, the chakra system in general, and then also the energy, how it works, why do we have chakras to begin with. And today, in particular, we're going to start focusing with the root. So the title for today is Woot for the root. So that's what we're starting with. And tomorrow we're going to, again, talk about the root, but we're going to talk about the sort of negative aspects in terms of, when it's out of balance, how can you tell if it's out of balance, what else, what blocks the chakra, how can you tell that something is blocked. So that's all tomorrow, and sort of the emotions that are associated with the centers. And the third day, we are going to talk about, how to restore harmony in that center so that it's optimal, it's running optimally, and the spinning of the energy inside the center is at an optimal level. And we're also going to be talking about crystals that you can use, and of course we're going to have some meditations. Both Tamara and I have cards that we're going to be using to help you through some meditations, and also practical things that you can do. Like, for example, today is the root chakra that we're going to be talking about, which is the base, the first chakra that we're starting with. And the simplest, most practical way to focus on it is by wearing the colors. So today I'm wearing black and red, which are the specific colors for the root. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about that too. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to try not to make this too long. I'm aiming between 10 to 15 minutes per session. So every day I want to do a 10 to 15 minute session. So let's get going. I have some notes here, guys, because there was just way too much information and I absolutely wanted to get it all to you. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I'm using. So first of all, I have a little cue card, and I have this for every chakra. So this one's the root, and what you have here is just basic information. Basically what Tamara has on her blog is what's written on here. You have the symbol, the color, and it just says root chakra, and the Sanskrit name, which is Muladhara. So I'm using cue cards. Not going into too much detail there. I have a beautiful book of mandalas. It's called The Art of Mandala Meditation. I'm hoping you guys can see that. And I'm going to be showing you a couple of mandalas that are absolutely stunning, just so you can work with your root. And the book that I'm actually basing most of my information on is a book that is pretty old as far as I know. I haven't checked per se to see when it came out, but I could do that. 1997. It's called The Sevenfold Journey, and it's by Anodea Judith and Selene Vega. It looks like this, and I found this book like a miracle. There is no book better than this book as far as I'm concerned when it comes to really describing step by step all of the notions and all of the the motions of going through the chakras, and it's very, very in depth. So this is the one that I'm going to be talking about. So I'll start by discussing the title of our event. So we decided to call it Chakra Energies. And I'll start by just defining each term because I think it has a lot of value. And so chakra, like many of you might know, is it actually means wheel or circle or disc. Typically it just means wheel or vortex. And so when we think about a wheel or a vortex or a disc, we tend to see it moving. So by default, it denotes motion, movement. And energy is the process through which that happens. And so, when we think of energies, we're talking about, all that creates life, matter, and mind, right? Everything is energy. And if you do just a little bit of research and just write, YouTube, Google, whatever you want, like the simplest form of search that you can find, there's so many good videos out there that explain that absolutely everything is energy. And we know Albert Einstein proved that with his famous formula. So, matter is just a denser form of energy. And so keeping in mind that everything that we encounter throughout our day, our thoughts, our feelings, our perceptions, absolutely everything is just a form of energy. Energy becomes a really powerful thing in our lives that, we don't necessarily perceive everything as energy, but that is what it is. And so the reason I'm saying this is because our entire chakra system is kind of like a way through which these energy currents flow. And there are two ways in which they flow, and that is from top to bottom and from bottom to top. And in this particular energy flow, what ends up happening is we start from the beginning. So the beginning would be the base chakra, which is the root, which is our first chakra. It's right sort of like by your genitals. It's the absolute base of where your existence starts. It's actually the base of the spine. So if you go down all the way to your spine, you can kind of find a point in the middle between your front and your back, and that's where you can find the location. And that is the base of our spine, the base of our support, right? Our spine, our center, our skeleton is our means of support. Our whole body rests on that. And so that is basically where we're starting, and the flow of energy there comes from down below, from Mother Earth. So I'll explain that in a second. And from there you bring it up and up and up and up. So you're trying to go from a very dense material base foundation chakra center and work the energy upwards to a much more to a lighter form of energy, which comes all the way from from the crown, which is the divine aspect. So we're connected both to the divine and to the earth, which is our home, which is where we're born from, right? It's our true mother. So that's how it works, and you get to see things both ways. So it's not just physically that we're born here, and that is our how can I put it, our origin and where we come from, right? Those are our roots, and that is in essence what this chakra means. Muladhara in Sanskrit means root, and that's where we come from. But it can also transpire the other way around, right? So when you're thinking, when you have thoughts, when you have beliefs, and you're trying to materialize them into the physical world, that's where it goes the other way around. So where you start from the top, which is more, along your head and that part of manifestation, and it goes down into the physical realm. So these energy currents are constantly flowing back and forth, and that is where you have that balance of energies going through your entire body. Now, in terms of beginning from the beginning, I'm going to start here by actually just explaining. So the first chakra, I was saying, Muladhara means root. It means base or foundation. So it's our base or foundation in terms of we are born from Mother Earth. Mother Earth is is our deepest connection, because this is where we are. This is our planet, and this is our home. It's, you know, obviously the element that we're dealing with when we talk about the root chakra is earth, you know, and we'll see that the elements change as we move up, but the base chakra has its element as earth because we're tuning into Mother Earth. Now I have a couple of things here that I'd like to read for you guys. Let me just get that to you. And this book is absolutely astounding in the way that it presents the information. It's just beautiful. So I'll read for you a little part, because I think it's just fantastic, and it'll really bring a good understanding of what we're talking about here. So it says, the name of the first chakra is Muladhara, which literally means root. In order to grow tall and sturdy, a plant needs strong roots nestled deep in the rich soil of earth. Just as roots grow downward, our first chakra experience is one of moving energy and attention downward into our bodies, down to the base of our spine, down to the legs and feet, down into our guts, down into our past, our ancestral roots. As we move downward, we move into the associated element of the first chakra, which is earth. This chakra represents the heaviest and densest forms of matter, and it'll always be a downward pull or an inward pull towards the center. I love how it's so beautifully put. I mean, I'm just fascinated by this book, and it's an old one, and this is another reason why I wanted to bring this to you guys, because a lot of the times we get suggested books that are brand new and spanking, you know, clean and sparkly and visually beautiful. And, you know, I wouldn't say that this is very visually beautiful. I mean, it's just plain black and white. There's barely any illustrations, but the content and the essence of the information is really good. So if you're looking for something where you want to get a little bit more involved, I would definitely suggest this. Now, let me see. I just have too many things to say, and I don't want to miss any of these things. Okay, so the first chakra, if we're talking about the root chakra, it gives us our right to be here. So it's all about our existence, our right to exist, to be here where we are, and also about having what we need to survive. Right? It's not sufficient to just exist. You need to subsist, you need subsistence, you need survival, and in order to get that kind of, to get your needs met, this is what this chakra is for. And so there's different elements of it. So if we're talking about the different elements that we can find here, so it's the basic necessities of survival, right? So we're talking about stability, we're talking about groundedness, we're talking about survival, we're talking about finances and money, we're talking about home and safety, and also about prosperity, livelihood, and physical health. I know that's a lot of stuff, but that is the essence of this chakra. It's very rich, and it's very, it basically lays the foundation for what you need to build onto the higher levels, right? If this chakra is not balanced, it's really hard when you can't, you know, ensure your own means of survival, when you don't have enough money, when you don't have a house, you know, on top of your head, or a roof on top of your head. It's really hard to focus on any of the other ones. And in a lot of ways it goes hand in hand with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I don't know if any of you are in psychology or have heard of Maslow, and he was saying that the physical aspects of our reality, you know, these basic needs for survival, are really primordial. We really need that, you know, in order to move up the ladder, so to speak. So this is the chakra that we're talking about in terms of you know, being grounded. We're talking about foundation, and Tamara did a beautiful video where she gave you guys a gazillion different methods to ground yourselves, and she received a lot of good comments, and I encourage you to go through that video and just follow her steps in terms of different ways that you can find in order to ground yourself to Mother Earth and to really feel that connection. It's very important to get in touch with your roots and have that feeling of safety and of being grounded and being firm and not airy-fairy and you know, distracted and all over the place, which is what happens when the chakra is out of balance, which we're going to address tomorrow. I have to hold myself back. So we're talking about, like I said, being practical, being grounded, being down to earth, right? We talked about home and safety, which is a really, really big one. And when we talk about home, you know, on a grand scale, our home is Mother Earth. That's our first home, no matter what. And then we have, you know, our country, where we were born, our family, or literally just a home, you know, a physical home that you're talking about in terms of having a roof on top of your head to protect you so that you can feel safe and have a space for yourself where you can live and pan out those basic necessities that you need in order to survive and subsist. Another thing that this chakra is responsible for is physical health. Okay, so keep in mind we're talking about the chakra that is the most dense, right? It's the most material, the most matter-oriented chakra that we can think of. And so we're talking about physicality, we're talking about the health of our body. We need strong and firm bodies that are rooted, you know, properly founded in order for us to do anything. If we're not healthy, we can't go very far, right? It's just not possible. Again, so it's the very basic level that we need to have in order to move forward. So we need to build that strong foundation to support the rest of our work, right? And being healthy and having that strong body gives you the livelihood that you need, so that, you know, you can move forward and, like I said, feel grounded, feel stable, feel like your basic means are met. Your basic needs are met, sorry. So that's kind of it in terms of the main characteristics of the chakra and what it entails. I'm just going to double check here to see if I missed anything. At the very basic level, our survival depends on us manifesting what we need. And that's very, very important. I'm going to say that one more time. So at the very basis, our survival depends on us manifesting what we need. So in order to ensure personal survival, we need to make sure that this chakra is in balance and that we are very firmly rooted, healthy individuals, and we can provide for ourselves and for our basic needs. So that's it for that. Oh God, let me see if I forgot anything. I think I'm good. I just want to double check something here to make sure that I covered everything. Okay, so I just put a note here in terms of home and finance, and I just wanted to again address that. You know, when we talk about abundance, one of the chakras that you can work with in terms of manifesting abundance is the root chakra, and that's because, you know, in this world, you need money to do just about anything, right? And money is, again, an energy exchange. Everything is energy, and I can't emphasize that enough. And so, in order to basically satisfy your needs and to get what you need to make money so that you can have this fair exchange between people through this particular kind of energy. So if you're looking to manifest money, this is the chakra to work with, and you want to you know, to focus on it and balance it and make it really, really firm and strong in order to ensure both that your finances, your home, your sense of security, you know, for tomorrow and the day after are satisfied. So that was the last thing that I really wanted to mention there. I'm just going to show you a couple of mandalas. I definitely feel like they're absolutely gorgeous to meditate on, and so if you want to get in touch with your root, we're going to go more in depth, you know, tomorrow and the day after in terms of meditations. But I just wanted to show you what a couple of mandalas kind of look like, just so you get an idea. They're absolutely gorgeous. Again, you can see the red and the black as one of the main themes there, and I hope you can see it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just turn on the overhead light. Sorry guys, just a second. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. So this is one of them, and you can just sit there and meditate with it. I will post it on my blog later, and that way you get to have the actual illustration. Again, this book is called The Art of Mandala Meditation. And let me get you one more. Here we go. I'm just gonna turn this around. And this is another one that you can use. And again, I'm going to post both of them. I'm just trying to give you some inspiration in terms of color coding that you can use to balance the chakra. And really, if you put these two together and just focus on the mandalas and do some of the exercises that Tamara had suggested in her video, you're already well on your way. And so I'm just going to turn off the light here and sit back down. And so that's basically it for me today. That's all I wanted to convey. So this is just the fundamentals, the basics. So we're going to go through each chakra bit by bit. Tomorrow we're going to address what happens when this chakra is out of balance. How can you tell that it's not harmonized? What are some of the signals? Physical signals, mental signals, emotional signals. So that's all that we're going to talk about tomorrow. How you can find out, how you can tell that. And then the day after tomorrow, like I said, we're going to address how can you balance it. So meditation, yoga, postures, crystals that you can use, those kinds of things. And so I'm looking forward to the next few days, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and you will see us again. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to post the next thing, and we're going to post both Tamara's blog, because she did write a blog with some of this information, and mine as well. I'm going to put the video as well as the blog with some of these pictures on our pages and on the event page. So you have sort of a double place where you can go and double check. So thank you again. I'm really thankful that you guys are here, and you've consciously chosen to embark on this journey. It's a healing journey, and it's very rewarding and meaningful. So thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.